Hi everyone, welcome to RS Academy. This is Sunil. In this video, we are going to discuss regarding finite automata and its definition and how could we describe with the 5 tuples and with the symbols, and we can look over the finite automata graph and its model. Okay, and the playlist of flat was given in description. Do watch that and follow us in Insta. The link was given in description. Okay, so finite automata. A finite automata is a collection of 5 tuples, that is q, sigma, delta and small q and capital F. So a finite automata is a mathematical model which takes the input and according to that it changes its state and gives us a final output. Okay. So the capital Q is a finite set of states. It's a set which consists of all the states which a finite automata consists of. For example, look over here. You can see that Q0 and Q1, these are 2 states. So in finite set of states we can resemble them. And next, sigma, set of input symbols. In this set will shown all the input symbols. So what does all the input symbols which consist of finite automata will be resembling in sigma. And next, initial state. So there will be only one initial state for a finite automata. So that's why it's not called as a set. Okay. Coming to capital F, it's a set of final state. So it may contain from 1 to many. Okay. And coming to transition function delta, it's a mapping function which determines the next state, the change of states according to the input which will be determined by the delta. Here look over the symbols. Small capital Q under the circle is a state. So whenever we see a Q under the circle, it defines a state. So a arrow mark, a Q under circle gives us to, it's known as the initial state. It resembles initial state. The other side is without source. So whenever a state resembled with an arrow mark without source on the other side, it is called an initial state. And coming to this transition state, showing the 2 states and 1 input, which shows that Q0 at the initial state, by giving A, it changes to this Q1. Clear? And coming to final state, Q under double circle. So keep in mind this symbols. So according that, we can link the here graph. So Q0 arrow mark, it resembles the initial state, and Q under double circle, it's called final state. So here by giving input as A, it retains in Q0 only. As giving as input B, it changes from Q0 to Q1, and coming to Q1 final state, by giving A as input, it changes to Q0 state, and by giving B as input, it remains in Q1. Okay. So finite set of states. It means that look over here, Q0 and Q1 both are the states. So how can we resemble Q0 and Q1? Is clear? Next, set of input symbol. What are the here input symbols? A and B. So take as a set, and A and B are input symbols. And next, initial state. Q0 is an initial state. You can write like this, only Q0. And set of final state. Here we had only one final state. In some finite automata, there can be more than one. And coming to transition function, see, by here we can see that by giving transition function at Q0 state, by giving A as an input, we'll get Q0 only. Okay. And at Q0 state, if give B as an input, it changes to Q1. So all this mapping will be in transition function. Transition function is a mapping function which determines the change of a state. Okay. And next, coming to model for finite automata. So in model for finite automata, we can see an input tape and tape reader and finite control. So what is this input tape? Input tape is a linear tape which consists of many cells. In each cell, it contains one input symbol. Clear? Input tape is a linear tape which consists of many cells. In each cell, it contains of one input symbol. And tape reader, what does it do? It reads the input tape. So whatever the inputs are there, it reads, tape reader reads, and what does the finite control? According to the input, it changes the state. Okay, it controls the change of a state according to the input, and the reading will start from left to right by tape reader. Okay, always it starts from left and moves to the right. Clear? What is the input tape? It's a linear tape, consists of many cells. In each cell we'll get one input symbol. It resembles all the input symbols. And coming to tape reader, it reads the input symbol. And finite control, what does it do? It simply changes the state according to that input. Okay, so by this we can look over the model for finite automata. Okay, so finite automata is a mathematical model which consists of different inputs. According to that, it changes its state from one state to another. So it can be described by 5 tuples here. And how can we write? These 5 tuples have been shown here, and it's a model for finite automata. Okay, if anyone want to take a screenshot, they can take the screenshot, and we have provided the PDF of this matter in description. Do click on that, and we have provided the Insta ID. Do watch that. Thank you for watching. Do share and subscribe our channel.